Welcome back everyone to my channel Transeducation, where we will transform lives through education. Now when I thought about creating this book summary channel, I knew that it is going to be difficult, but I did not know it is going to be so difficult and I would get this butterflies effect on my stomach. But let's see how it goes. Now the first book that I'm going to review is Pragmatic Programmer, From Journeyman to Master. I have picked this book because I'm programmer by heart, and I thought I will just pick this book for my first book summary. But this book has really changed my life, and I read this book when I had somewhere around 3 years of experience. This book changed my perspective about programming. One thing that school or technical institution or any other colleges don't talk about, don't teach about, is the fundamental thing about programming. And what is that thing? Before even writing code, you need to love your work. You need to love your work. And if you are not loving your work, then probably you are not gonna get very, very far. So that is why this book is so close to my heart, and if you are a programmer, I highly recommend that you read this book. But if you are a non-programmer, maybe you can just see the summary from this channel or this video. That will be enough, but at least have surface level understanding of all the philosophies mentioned in this book. Now about the author of this book is written by 2 programmers. Yes, you will find that most of the book authors, either they are language designer or they are publisher, but this book is totally compiled by these 2 programmers. And this is very interesting how they wrote this book. They paid attention to what they are doing and they tried to make it better. So for example, if they go into meeting, they would think that how they can utilize that time while they are in meeting. So they would think something about something like having some sort of automation while they are in meeting. So that's how they came up with more and more ideas, and that's how they compiled all their wisdom in this book. So really great book, you must read this. Now next thing I want to talk about from this book is characteristics that you must have if you want to be a pragmatic programmer. And there are 4 different characteristics this book has shared, because everybody is different. Their likings are different, their hobbies are different. But if you want to be a pragmatic programmer, then you got to have these 4 characteristics. And characteristic number 1 is inquisitive. What does it mean? Is asking questions. So for example, in your product requirement meeting, you are having a discussion with your product owner. Ask questions until you don't get clarity about the requirement. And remember, no question is dumb question. So ask many questions. Bug your product owner, bug your requirement manager, but get the clarity around the problem. Because if you have solid understanding around the problem, you will crack any problem. Now, second character trait is critical thinker. When a vendor promises that he has the solution for all of your problems, you smell challenge, right? And likewise, if your subordinate or your team members, if you give him or her a problem, and he says that this problem is unsolvable, I have tried many different things, then you need to sit down with your subordinate and verify the fact, verified that many things. Now moving on to the next one. Next one is being realistic. Your product owner comes to you and he says that I need to get this requirement done in next 10 days. Now you know very very confidently that whatever you do or how hard you push your team members, you are not gonna get this done in 10 days. Now you need to be realistic. You need to go back to your product owner, asking him either increase the timeline or cut down on requirement, because whatever we do, this requirement cannot be done in 10 days. And last but not the least, technologies are bombarding towards us at a very fast pace. And if we want to be pragmatic, then we really need to be at least familiar with those technologies. For example, you are a .NET developer and you know everything pretty well in .NET. But if you want to be pragmatic, you also need to be aware about other technologies like Java, Ruby on Rails, Python, so that when a problem comes to you, you can figure out what is the best programming language for this problem. Now this book shares 50 different philosophies, and I'm not gonna be talking about all those philosophies. I will talk about 10 philosophies, and according to this book, if you read about these 10 philosophies, if you know these 10 philosophies, then you will acquire a QAN. And QAN is nothing but an acronym for quality without a name. If you are interested in knowing those philosophies, then stay tuned for my next video, because in my next video, I will talk about those philosophies in detail. And if you like the content, then please subscribe and like the video.